This is Kip Sebring here. Never mind the gibberish coming out of the speaker up there. The real story's down here in Green Park. We're wet. We've been waiting for race cars all day long. We saw race cars coming out of a container last night. Let's see what they can do today in the wet. Oh, no.
But the real story is just beginning.
This is Kip Sebring here for the Better Late Than Ever Hankook 24 Hours at Sebring. This is Kip Sebring here, live from Sebring Raceway for the Hankook 24 Hours at Sebring Raceway. Anyway, we don't have any cars here, see? There's nothing here.
The truth of it was, there were no cars. We were forced to entertain ourselves by doing stupid shit in Green Park.
Pat. Happy Sebring.
Happy Sebring.
The Turn 9 crew decided to roam Green Park and be a man of the people.
How's it going,
I
man?
don't want to predict the future, but this is going to be the sound of an electric car race. Do you hear that? I don't.
Now, Kip, you gotta come up in here with all that noise.
But of course. I love that head pack, by the way. Is it compensating for something, or does it actually go up in there?
Absolutely not. It's my virginity protector.
Virginity. What's happening?
Hi, what's up?
Thank you.
What's up, man?
How are you? Everything's going well. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, man.
Fantastic. Made it over.
Times to be had, yeah.
Hey, you need a drink?
Yeah, if you got one.
Yeah, what do you want? I got beer, I got
Pour me up, Scotty.
We got domestics, we got imports, and we got
Fancy.
fireballs.
Alright, we got your light beer, we got your Mexican beer, we got your Coca-Cola here, we got your Gatorade here, and we got your Fireball. We got shot.
I'm a killer for a Miller.
Alright, we have a winner.
Cheers. Turn 9, Sebring, what up?
That's
Turn
right.
9 News.
That's right.
Yes, how you doing?
Doing good. This is Kip Sebring here. We're entering the pits at Sebring Raceway. We're looking for race cars. There aren't any. They seem to be in container ships off the shore of Canada. I do have an idea. A gumball from Canada to Sebring. That's the real race. Turn on news.
With only 4 cars on the track, we were running out of beer and bored as balls. The crew's making the most of the downtime by hanging out with the race fans and the race teams.
Race tires. They're not just for racing anymore. Punch your butt. We're waiting a while. Race cars haven't gotten here yet.
Walking around aimlessly and in empty pits, we heard a rumor that the cars will soon be arriving by nighttime. The story goes, the cars were on a ship off the coast of Canada, ready to come into port. At least that's what our insider said. We bribed them with a 6-pack of beer. The cars, still in the containers, were loaded onto the trucks, driven through sugarcane and Everglades straight to the raceway. Like a little boy at Christmas, we couldn't wait to see what was inside. At first we thought it was a Lexus, then a Lambo. We've never seen this before. It was orange, and a drunk guy said it was from Antarctica. Then bits and pieces of a race car starting to emerge. After some time, the car emerged, and we found out it was a brand we have never heard before, called a Voltex. A purpose-built endurance racer for the 24-hour series. With the LS mid-engine, this orange, weird-looking car was ready to impress the girls and get the party going. Soon other cars were arriving. The AMG out of the container, pushed into the garage, then out onto the track for a bit of night racing and a little bit more party. The crowd gathers, the night presses on, and out he arrives. Out of the container, with a full check over, and then out onto the track. The Vortex team wasted no time. A mere 30 minutes from the container, and they were out racing. Other teams arrived, eventually made it out onto the track for a bit of night practice to get ready for the next day's race. The next morning, Central Florida weather did not disappoint, bringing Mother Nature and its rain for the start of the race. After choking down a beer and egg sandwich for lunch, we decided to take the grid walk. We were quickly whisked away by racetrack officials to get this race started. A race that was supposed to start 24 hours ago. As you can see, they're shuffling us out of here. Well, we like the sound of race cars. Come on, people. See you in 24 hours. After a very long delay, the race finally got started around 5 p.m. All the cars whisked around a very soggy track to race into the night. As day turned in tonight, the crew finally was getting back to what we do best, getting our party on in Green Park. As the hours dragged on, it had become apparent that the crew suffered from a lack of sleep and a lack of beer left in the cooler. As the sun came up, the crew was in poor condition. With a lack of sleep and too much beer, time started to drag and slow down. The Turn 9 crew was soggy and spent.
24 hours,
The Hankook, 24
The film
hours.
production
Better late
withered,
than ever.
and the host
Fucking
began
whack.
cracking up
Only the die
under
hard
pressure
fans to left.
of no sleep
Due to
and
rain
abundance of
delays.
alcohol.
And we got to motherfucker! You stupid fucking darn! Bullshit! It's more difficult to drive 12 hours at Sebring than it is to drive 24 hours at Daytona. Try 24 hours of party at Sebring Raceway. I think we got the job done. Kip Sebring here, live from